Hi everyone, Aidan here at the Trailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Flint Goods compact cargo carrier on the back of our 2024 Chevrolet Traverse Limited. Now this is going to be a great way to carry some extra stuff with you when you're going on your trips, especially if you've got that third row of seats up. Cargo space in the back is quite limited. And with this being a smaller carrier, it is still going to be quite capable. It's got a 500-pound weight capacity and steel construction, so plenty strong. And the biggest thing to watch out for is the dimensions. Side to side, it's still going to be a fairly wide carrier, coming in at 51.5 inches of usable space. Where it really gets the name compact is the front to back. That's going to be about 17 inches of usable space, inside edge to inside edge. And while that can be a pretty big limiting factor, if you don't need a lot of space, you just need something to maybe carry your cooler or a bit of luggage, this can certainly get the job done. And it does come with a couple extra benefits, like the fact that it doesn't stick out very far from our vehicle. From the bumper to the furthest point out, it's only 24 inches, which 2 extra feet added to the back isn't that bad. And it's good because there's no folding feature for extra storage when you're not using it. So keeping this as tight to the vehicle as possible is a win in my book. Now it does come pretty close, only about 3.5 inches of space from the bumper, but it comes with an anti-rattle bolt, so it keeps things pretty solid. And there's space in the bars here where you can reach in and attach this to the hitch, so no worries there. It's plenty fine to work with. But one of the things you're probably noticing right now is how tall it's sitting. And that's really due to that hitch. On a Traverse, it mounts up behind the bumper and sits up pretty tall, giving us a ground clearance of about 19 inches, which is pretty impressive. Even with weight loaded down on the back of the carrier, maybe dropping our suspension down a bit, you're gonna be fine. You won't have to worry about steep driveways or hills, which is great. The same can't be said for a lot of other vehicles. And the one thing I will say to watch out for is your hatch clearance, because you probably still do want to put some things back there, especially with the limited space of the carrier. And you're going to be able to stack up your stuff about 12 inches before you run into issues fully opening that back hatch because it's blocked. So if you still want this space, keep it below 12 inches. And the other reason I say that is because of your license plate and your backup camera. Your backup camera is probably going to be fine if you keep it below that. With this sitting so close to the vehicle, you'll still get some usability out of that, but I really like to just keep the license plate unobstructed because then it's always visible and you don't have to worry about what state you're in if there's a weird local law or regulation about that. And the other thing on the corners of the carrier to watch for, with how close it sits to our vehicle, our exhaust does sit below the carrier, but that hot air will rise and it is almost perfectly in line with it. So heat sensitive items are better kept towards the center of the carrier rather than on the edges. But overall, that's really all there is to it. It's a pretty solid carrier and it's going to fit a lot of people's needs. Even though it's steel, it is quite lightweight, so taking it out of the hitch and hanging it up for storage is great. And if that is a concern for you, and you want a bigger carrier though, I look into an aluminum option because as you start getting into the bigger steel carriers, they do get quite heavy. Flint Goods has a number of aluminum cargo carriers that are lightweight and quite large, so you can look into those options. But as far as this compact one goes, I think it's a really solid fit on the back of our 2024 Chevrolet Traverse Limited. Thanks for watching.